Good morning, everyone, and happy Tuesday, September the 16th, 2025. And I have your morning message from me, Camila, Divine Encounters. Focus on God and not what you see in front of you. Remember, God is always good and He's always in control, regardless of what the situation may look like. Shift your mind. Shift your mind to see things from God's perspective rather than your own. He will always show up and show out for you. No matter how big the situation may look like it won't be successful, He'll show up and show out in a mighty bigger way. Those with little faith are always ready to come to God. Because remember, if we have faith as small as a mustard seed, He's going to show up and show out. But those with no faith are faith with doubt, which means you say that you believe, but you're always ready to run. Think about it. Think about it. You're always looking for the problem and not seeing the good in it. The devil is always going to throw stuff out there. He's always going to put roadblocks when you're using the navigation of God. You know those little spikes that you see that deflates the tires on the road? That's that enemy when we're using God as our navigation. But when God gives us spike-proof tires, we can roll right on through it and keep going. That's where that faith comes in at, and not being afraid to just run right on over it, because I know that God is the navigation of my life. So devil, you can throw anything at me that you want, but the God that I serve, He trumps you anytime. Those spikes mean nothing. I shall keep going on my highway to victory because God is the navigation of it. So focus on God and not what's in front of you. I don't care if you think in your head, as big as this problem is, it'll never get solved. Our God is over all things and He can solve anything. Just because you don't see how it can be done doesn't mean that God can't do it. If you know for a fact God has placed something right at your feet and all He needs you to do is just walk with Him and have faith, I don't care what shows up to try to distract you from what He has. You keep your head high. You picture God with His hand up under your chin, lifting your head up, and you keep walking forward. You keep marching, and you keep saying, I know the God that I serve. 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 Devil, you will not get the victory. My God has the victory. I have the victory because I am a child of God. God give us nothing and voids it out. Will the devil try? Will the devil try? Yes. But who stands higher than all and looks lower than everyone? Our God. So even when that devil tries, the God that we serve and we have faith in, that He says it only has to be as small as a mustard seed, He will trump out anything that devil may try to put in your mind. First thing you say when you're starting to have doubt, devil, get up off of me with your ugly self. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, because I know the God that I serve. And if you feel like you were doubting God, you repent. God, I'm sorry for what I have done, because I know what you are walking me towards. And I know my faith will get me through this. I don't care how big the situation is. God is bigger than it all. Walk in the faith and focus on what God has shown you and not what you see in front of you, because that devil will always put those spikes in the road when you're using God as your navigation. He tries to outdo our God, but baby, you put up on all that armor that God has provided you with, and you keep marching for the victory that God has for you. Whether it's a new home, a new job opportunity, a business, getting your children back, fixing your finances, bringing someone, restoring a relationship that was once lost. If you have no food in your refrigerator, the food, the rent being paid, the car note being paid, that light bill being paid, that surgery that you have to have, and you don't know how you're going to get the finances, and you're doubting that surgery bill. Go to God. Don't give up. Don't give up. Stop doubting what He can do and start believing. Every time the situation gets a little bit crumbly, or the tire may just need some air, you're ready to run. You're ready to give up. You have to show God, I'm willing to fight just as hard as you did. I pray that who needs this message is receiving this message. And I try to give you guys messages where you can relate, but you have to be willing to listen. And if it's tugging on your insides, even if it's in a way that's convicting you, it's for you, and start applying it. God is Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I say it like this. Seek Him in the morning when you rise. First thing that you do before you stand on your feet, seek God. Before you go to bed at night, seek God, the beginning and the end of your day, and throw Him in there throughout the day. And I promise you, He will show up and show out for you. But you have to be willing to follow Him. He has His hand extended out. We have to reach for it. He never shifts. We do. He never moves. We do. Listen to the people that God placed in your life. Don't listen to the people that you placed in your life. Start removing people. Watch how things start changing in your life. Watch how you'll be able to focus on Him and what He has for you when you start removing people. And stop thinking that removal is just friends and other things. Sometimes the biggest people we need to remove is those darn family members who keep us bounded by their things that they have not fixed within themselves. And you're scared to walk away from cousins, mamas, uncles, brothers, daddies, aunties, and all of them because they've been there for so long. But have you ever thought in your head, like, think about it, maybe I'm stuck where I'm at because of these family members? I'm gonna throw that in at every message that I give, because we seem like some people act like you're just so tied down to family, and family can be the main distraction from the victory that God has for you. Focus on what you see from God and not what you see in front of you, and pray to Him and ask Him who you need to seek. I always say that because God will put certain people in our life to help us focus on Him. But we have to make sure those are the people that He put. Focus on God and not what you see in front of you. He has something big for each and every one of us. We just have to be willing to walk with Him and not with all this worldly stuff that clouds our vision, our hearing, and our growth. Stop allowing it to stunt your growth. I don't care if it's a pastor they can do it. A bishop, they can do it. A first lady, they can do it. Nobody is God but God himself. Do not idolize these people. Do not walk in your glory with God. And I don't care if nobody understands this but you and him. You still keep walking with him. That is the message today, my loves. And I pray that this reached whomever it needed to reach. Y'all have a happy Tuesday. And remember, I love you, but most importantly, he do. Allow God to be the navigation of your life. He will not steer you wrong. And once again, it's Camila coming to you with that daily message from Divine Encounters. I love y'all.